You know what's heartbreaking? Narcissists often target people with the most beautiful qualities. Empaths, deep thinkers, loyal, loving people. The kind who feel everything, who give second chances, sometimes even third and fourth. The kind of person who really tries, who wants to understand, who keeps showing up, hoping things will get better. But the truth is, the narcissist never really sees them. From day one, the narcissist already made up their mind. They've already decided who you are, or more accurately, who they need you to be in their story. And no matter what you say or how hard you try to explain, they don't want to understand you. They want control. They want someone to blame, someone to punish. And so they project their own issues onto you. They twist your words, they rewrite reality, and they make you the villain in their minds. You try to show them your heart and they turn away. You try to prove your loyalty and they call you the problem. And that's the most painful part. Being so close to someone, yet never truly known. You're just a stranger to them, a mirror they're trying to shatter. And it's not because of who you are, it's because of who they refuse to be. The truth is, narcissists aren't interested in you, not really. They might ask questions at the beginning. They might act fascinated by your life, your dreams, your struggles. But that's just a bait. Because the moment they think they figured you out, the moment they decide what role you're going to play, it's like a switch flips. They stop listening, they stop noticing, they stop caring. Unless it's something that benefits them or something that reflects back on them, it simply doesn't register. They don't get to know people, even when they try. Because it's not about reality to them, it's about the image. Their mind creates a fixed idea of who you are, and that image becomes the entire story. Rigid, inflexible, completely disconnected from who you really are. You could grow, you could evolve, you could heal, succeed, break down, rise again, and they won't see it. They won't allow themselves to see it, because their version of you never changes. And that's one of the biggest reasons these relationships fail, because narcissists don't understand that people change, that things grow, that situations evolve. To them, the version of you they invented is permanent, and if you try to change, if you step outside the role they've assigned you, they don't adjust, they punish. And no matter how much time passes, they'll never allow the perception of you to change. Anything you did wrong, or anything they think you did, whether it happened last week, 10 years ago, or when you were just a child, they hold on to it, not as a moment, but as a definition. To them, that mistake, that emotion, that reaction is who you are and who you'll always be. Even if you explain it, even if you outgrow it, even if you become the most honest, loyal, loving person in the world, it won't matter, because their perception doesn't evolve with you. It's rigid, stuck, completely disconnected from truth, from facts, from anything real. And this is where the relationship starts to fall apart, because in a real connection, you're meant to learn who someone is. You're supposed to notice their consistency, their integrity, their loyalty. You're supposed to discover that this person is trustworthy, that they care, that they're trying. But narcissists don't go through that process. They don't absorb new information about you. They don't update their view. They don't want to. And that means they never truly get to know you, even if you give them years of your life, even if you're good to them, even if you prove yourself over and over again. They'll never trust you, because trust will require them to actually see you, and that is something they've never been able to do. And here's the deeper truth. They don't trust you because they don't trust themselves. Their perceptions are everything, but they don't even trust those. They second guess, overanalyze, they project, because deep down they know their reality isn't stable. So they cling to the only thing they feel in control of, the version of you they created in their mind. Nothing can override that version. Not facts, not time, not love. They can't connect with who you really are, because they've never learned how to connect with themselves, and instead of boundaries, they fall into enmeshment. They blur the lines, they pull you in too close, too fast. It feels like intimacy, but it's not. It's dependency, it's control. You don't feel truly seen, you just feel tied to them. And after a while, you stop knowing where you end and where they begin. You might think you know them, you might believe you're experiencing something deep, but you're not seeing them clearly because you're too close to see anything at all. In enmeshment, your needs, your emotions, your sense of self, it all gets wrapped around the other person, and that makes it almost impossible to see the truth. That this isn't a real connection. It's a bond built on confusion, fear, and emotional chaos. And that's why it hurts so much, because deep down you know something isn't right, but you've lost sight of yourself inside it. Sometimes, a narcissist may seem more comfortable with someone who's never caused them pain, someone who's never triggered a narcissistic injury. But that isn't trust, it's just temporary relief. A fragile sense of safety that only lasts as long as you stay inside their illusion. Even if you've been kind, even if you've never hurt them, the narcissist still holds on to fear. Fear that one day you'll turn on them, that you'll stop admiring them, that you'll see the truth and walk away. And that fear, it leaks out in toxic ways. They might start accusing you of cheating, of lying, of not caring enough, even when you've done nothing wrong. You could be brand new in their life, a fresh connection, with no history of conflict, and they'll still suspect you, because their fear is already there. It has nothing to do with you, it lives in them. But here's the tragedy. The behaviours they use to protect themselves, the accusations, the control, the emotional tests, are exactly what cause people to finally pull away. And when you do, when you try to defend yourself or set a boundary, that becomes a narcissistic injury. Now in their mind, you've switched sides. You're no longer safe. You're no longer trustworthy. From that point on, it's downhill. Their view of you hardens, you're seen as a threat, and the same cycle repeats no matter who the person is. Because the only way a narcissist can feel safe is if you've never hurt them, never correct them, never questioned them, challenged them, or reflect anything real back to them. They have to be seen as flawless, perfect above it all. And for you to stay in their world, you have to live inside their fantasy. But no real relationship can survive that, because it isn't love, it's performance, and no one can perform forever. You could know a narcissist for 10 years, 20, even 30. You could spend decades proving yourself, never lying, never cheating, never stealing, never hurting them. But it doesn't matter. Because the moment they feel threatened, the moment they think you're upset with them, they'll convince themselves that you're dangerous, that you will betray them, that you already have. Not because of anything you've done, but because of how they feel. And to a narcissist, feelings are facts. If they feel like you've wronged them, then in their mind you did. No evidence required. No reality check. No discussion. It doesn't matter if you've never stolen a single thing from them. If they feel like you would, then you would. And once you're seen as unsafe, you're always unsafe. No apology is accepted. No explanation is heard. No solution is ever good enough. No truth can reach them. They won't try to understand your side. They won't let things go. They don't update their perception. They don't believe people change because they can't change their view of you. They believe everyone is just as unstable, just as reactive, just as ruthless as they are. And that's the devastating part. You can spend your whole life trying to earn their trust, trying to show them who you are, but it won't matter. Because after 10, 20, 30 years, they still don't trust you any more than they did the day you met. And you start to realize it's not just hard to build a relationship with someone like that, it's impossible. Because they never tried to get to know you, and they never wanted to. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support helps this channel grow, and if you'd like to go deeper, donations are always appreciated. And one-on-one coaching is available if you need guidance on your healing journey. Check the links in the description for more. Take care of yourself and keep going. You're not alone.